Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. And that crunching noise is the cat going through a paper bag full of compact discs over there on the other side of the office. Cool it. Thank you. Okay. Well, here we are with a really terrific new recording, part of a new series of, the complete orchestral works, hopefully. It says Orchestral Works Volume 1, of Polish composer Grażyna Bacewicz, who I've talked about before. She was a seriously fine composer, really as good as anyone in her time, which was, what was her time? 1909 to 1969. Unfortunately, she passed away. She died of a heart attack at the age of only 59. She was tremendously gifted as a violinist and composer, and she was not an avant-gardist like Penderecki or Lutoslawski or one of those people who came a little bit later. But she was rather, she wasn't exactly conservative either. You know, if you had to categorize her style, you would think about Bartók, for example, and possibly Honegger and Shostakovich, and, the composers in the 1930s and 40s and 50s who were still using tonal harmony, but who were obviously modern. I mean, there's no way you would think that she was being, conservative or in any way inhibited or antediluvian, whatever you want to call it. She was a unique voice in Polish music of her time, and really, really talented. And the third and fourth symphonies, which are on this disc, featuring the BBC Symphony Orchestra under Sakari Oramo, are really good. Really, really good works. There's also an overture that she wrote, just called Overture 1943, which is sort of like the Polish version of the Marriage of Figaro Overture or Ruslan and Ludmila. It's a zippy, effervescent, bubbly 5.5 minutes of fun music. But the symphonies are really, really quite serious. They're both in 4 movements. This is the third and fourth of them, by the way. The fourth is a little bit more compact than the third. They last 25 minutes to half an hour each. In that respect, they follow, standard form. But the content is what matters. And the content is like nothing else. It's dramatic and impulsive and immediately riveting, but at the same time, there's plenty of dissonance. There's some nice, cool percussion, some interesting writing for other instruments. It's not, she's not trying to, pay what you might call the obvious obeisance to, German symphonic tradition or anything like that. No, she's just writing abstract music that's really good abstract music. The scherzos have humor. She actually had humor, not kidding. The outer movements are propulsive and exciting, maybe even a touch in the neoclassical vein. I hate using these terms because what you really have to do is listen to her music. I mean, there's no way to get around it. You have to play it. And if you do, you are really going to have a good time. The end of the fourth symphony is kind of alarming. It's a nice, crunchy, dissonant kind of build-up. She was writing these pieces in the 1940s, in the immediate post-war period, when, Poland had been taken over by the Soviet Union and the communist regime was running Poland. And of course, there was all of the usual crap with formalism and then music for the masses and socialist realism and all that stuff. And so composers like Bacewicz, took refuge in abstract forms. They simply wrote music for the sake of writing music. And if there was some sort of encoded subtext, like, for example, with Shostakovich or something like that, well, it was there for people who got it, but the music had to make sense all by itself. These pieces were, by some anyway, decried as formalist, abominations, which is just ridiculous and absurd. They are major statements in the history of the 20th century symphony by an entirely gifted composer who is getting attention now, probably because she was female, but who deserved attention all along, just because she was good. Now, there is another series of Bacewicz orchestral music happening on CPO that also contains these symphonies. And it's quite good. It's quite good. This is also quite good. I'm not going to, split hairs. I'm hoping the CPO series has started, and doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. Hopefully this one will get hopping a little bit more quickly, because there's quite a bit of music that's worth hearing. And it's going to be an exciting journey if Chandos actually is able to see it through to completion. I'm looking forward to it tremendously, because this is the real deal. So listen to these, give them a chance. You're going to really have a good time, I guarantee it. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.